Welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Jacob DeGate, and pleased to have up on the stage with me Lieutenant Blake Tabor, who's with the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office. Thank you very much for joining us.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
And it's my understanding that y'all had a big operation, a bunch of events happening at the Sheriff's Office. Can you tell us a little bit about what went down?
Sure. On August 15th, around 2 p.m., we conducted a joint operation with a multitude of public safety partners throughout this area. I would be remiss if I didn't name them specifically. Of course, the Houma Police Department was a part of that. Homeland Security Investigations took part. Louisiana State Police CID Region 2. Of course, the District Attorney's Office here in Terrebonne Parish, and also Louisiana Probation and Parole. So we had about 40 officers from our agency and throughout those public safety partners that participated in this operation. It was called Operation Full House. And basically, in a nutshell, it's a way for us to pool our resources and really dedicate some time to getting certain arrest warrants off the street that may have been active for a period of time. And those warrants could certainly have ranged from anywhere from child support violations to violent crimes such as homicide. So at the culmination of that particular investigation, we arrested 26 people. So it was a big success. It ultimately led to 2 search warrants being conducted by our agency, one of which was in the 200 block of Royal Street, the other in the 300 block of Lincoln Street here in Houma. And also the Houma Police Department conducted a third one in the city limits of Houma. We were able to recover a pretty large sum of narcotics in the form of methamphetamines, marijuana, heroin, and other various drugs. And we also were able to take 3 firearms off the street. So we're very pleased about that.
Well, it certainly seems like a lot of planning and thought went in to be able to get this successful operation underway. I'm sure that this is something that can't just be put together in a week or two, and a lot of effort went into it, and looks like you had some good results from it.
Absolutely, we did. And we do these operations from time to time, and the important part of this is making sure that we create that cohesive partnership with our public safety partners, and it's something that we really work very hard to foster. We are very fortunate here in Terrebonne Parish that all of our public safety and law enforcement agencies work amazingly together. So I don't know that people often realize how lucky they are to have such an amazing thing happening in this parish, but we're very proud of it.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Among governmental entities, throughout parish, whether different divisions, but the communication is key. Once you're all working on the same page, it really can just eliminate a lot of unnecessary duplicate efforts and put all your resources to focus on actually getting something done rather than just trying to have it go on by yourself and with limited resources.
Absolutely.
Okay, and as well as Operation Full House, they had another investigation that your office conducted. Can you tell us a little bit about the shooting investigation?
Sure, we did. So back in December of 22, it was actually December 26th of 2022 to be specific, our agency was called to the 7100 block of Main Street in regards to a shooting. For those of you who may not know where the 7100 block is, that's near LA 24 Main Street and Stadium Drive, close to Terrebonne High School. So ultimately, when we received information on that particular shooting, we learned that a vehicle had been driven off the roadway as a result of the shooting. Of course, our investigators and detectives responded to that location, and we were able to determine that the victims were able to recover from their injuries that they sustained from that. So that being the most important thing. During the course of the time since the shooting up until now, our criminal intelligence unit has been actively investigating this crime. Luckily for us, during the course of Operation Full House, some of our investigators with the CIU division obtained or validated some information that was obtained in reference to the whereabouts of one particular suspect in that case, who is identified as Jeremiah Deshaun Moultrie. He's a 20-year-old male from Houma. So once we were able, you see him pictured here, Once we were able to determine that information, of course, that led our investigators and detectives to the 100 block of Prosperity Street in Chauvin, where we obtained a search warrant for his arrest in order to actively execute that arrest warrant. Of course, because of the nature of the crime, our SWAT team with Terrebonne Parish was called in, and ultimately they made entry and was able to take Mr. Moultrie into custody without incident. So we're very happy about that ended in no injuries to anyone, whether it be Mr. Moultrie or any officers.
Sure.
So ultimately, he was arrested on 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder in connection with that particular investigation. Also, 1 count of aggravated criminal damage to property, and he also had several outstanding warrants for some drug-related offenses, if I'm not mistaken. So he was jailed at our criminal justice complex on a $2,050,000 bond. Several days later, fast forward 5 days, we were able to discover the second shooter, the whereabouts of the second shooter, which you see Jaheim Matthews here. Of course, that led us to the 100 block of DeRusso Street last night on Tuesday, where, again, the SWAT team was able to take him into custody shortly after 6 p.m. without incident. He, again, is arrested on the same charges, 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder, aggravated criminal damage to property, and he also has the same bond for the crime.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the updates. It looks like, the streets of Terrebonne Parish will be a little bit safer thanks to y'all efforts and the removal of, several wanted individuals from off the street.
Yes, sir.
All right. Stay tuned for more right here on HTV.